Good morning and welcome back to an IHOP here in the suburbs of Chicagoland, where today it has already been a very long morning. So let's get you up to speed. It is so early. Hello. Oh, thank you. All right, so I think you should be caught up now. So that's right, today we are here in Chicagoland for our last Midwestern high point of them all. One that we thought and have talked about for a long time as maybe the easiest high point in the entire country. But of course, because we absolutely cannot stray away from a challenge, we have made it harder for ourselves. Much harder. So give me just a second to go inside and grab some breakfast, and I will explain in just a second. All right, future Garrett here in the studio, and I just had to interject. Just in case you don't live in the US or you're watching this way in the future or something, the middle of February of 2021 was one of the worst winter storms in the US in a very long time. It affected a lot of the Midwestern states and even in large part Texas, which usually doesn't experience winter conditions. Just for some perspective, I'm from Houston, and it's always been a defining event when it snows here. I think it snowed twice in my life. Neither time, like, the snow actually stayed on the ground. It melted right when it got there, but there was snow in the air, and that was huge for everyone here. So for some perspective, this week when we were in Chicago, that this video was filmed, it was down to 15 degrees here in Houston, and it snowed like 8 inches on the ground. Like, it has never happened before. And so, you know, if that's happening in Houston, where it literally never snows, imagine Chicago, notorious for snow and winter conditions and ice. Obviously, we decided it would be a great idea to leave Houston and go there. So that's your perspective for the day, your little reality check. And now back to the video. Okay, now time for the big question. You might ask, and you would be right to do so, why in the world we would do this right now? And there's kind of a couple parts to that explanation. First of all, a little bit of a cop-out. We just had no idea. We scheduled this months ago. We understand there's winter in Chicago and in Illinois, but like, come on. I mean, who could have guessed it would be literally the worst winter storm of the entire year? That's not fair. There is another reason though. This is the last high point that we have that's on private land. And this particular landowner
only opens his high point to the public about 3 weekends a year, and this is one of them. And because it's the last high point that we can do outside of the summer months, we just felt like we had to get it done. We have arrived at the trailhead for Scales Mound, the highest point in the state of Illinois at 1,235 feet above sea level. Now, here's where the challenge comes in. There's a 2.5 mile round trip unplowed walk to get to the summit, which is gonna be tough with all this snow. But get this, it gets worse. Currently, there is, I'll put a screenshot on the screen right now, negative 25 degrees of wind chill, which if you look online, and I'll show another screenshot here, you can see that that wind chill can cause frostbite to unexposed skin in just 10 minutes. And the math is pretty easy on this one. You can't do 2.5 miles in 10 minutes, so it's gonna be a tough one. So we're gonna get started without further ado. Our 10 minutes are already almost out filming this. And we'll see you guys in there. I'm trying to work as hard as humanly possible. You know?
Yeah, okay, body heat.
Like do way more than I have to. Because I can take 2.5 miles. I think it's left. I swear it's left.
It looks higher.
Hold on. We took the right way. It's like right up there, but I guess I'm just following these tracks. This looks more like what I've seen in the photos. The view does. Yeah, I think it's this. All right, sorry about that weird ending there. That was insane. Easily one of the top 5 hardest high points we've ever done, which is incredible for one of the flattest, one of the shortest, but you cannot underestimate negative 25 degrees of wind chill. They weren't kidding when they said 10 minutes can give you frostbite if you are unprotected. I'm already feeling it right now just filming this, and I just warmed up in the car, so that tells you something. So that's gonna be it for this video, number 39 out of 50, the last Midwestern high point. All we have now is Maine and then on to the Great American West, and we're done. Easier said than done, of course. But either way, This is a hard high point. Do it in the summer, don't do it in the winter, don't do it in the winter, don't do it in the winter. Learn from us. And with that, we're gonna call it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.